So it's my third day in Japan. What is my first impression being in Japan for the first time? First of all, people here are very innovative. They're very business oriented, and Japanese people are actually really good at making businesses. As you can see in a small alley like this is one example of many small alleys where they decorate it very well, and on both sides you can see there's a lot of shops, and very fancy shop at that. D&G to Prada, all the beautiful brand name, and it's very well decorated. A place like this, usually dumpster truck would come by and pick up garbage on the weekend. However, in Japan, it's nothing like that. Look at all these fancy shops, and actually there's a lot of people kind of walking around doing shopping in this alley. Okay, so people here are very innovative. They're very detailed, making everything very precise, down to the very small detail, in order to create the best environment for their consumers. Japanese people are very respectful if you pay them respect as well. So they seem very shy or timid. However, that's not the case. They're just not outspoken, but they know what's going on. They know if you're genuine. They can read energy quite well. And I've heard from other people saying that Japanese people are passive aggressive. I haven't seen aggressiveness yet, but they have been very gentle, very nice to me, generally speaking. So I really love the Japanese people. Third of all, covering Japanese food, especially in Shibuya or Shinjuku, metropolitan area in Tokyo, you're gonna find food everywhere. The price is decent. It's like mid-pricing, around maybe 10 to 15 Canadian dollar. That's about 7 to 10 American dollar. There's ramen, sushi, all types of food that you can find. So you don't have to be afraid of going hungry here in Tokyo, Japan. One thing I particularly like about Japan is you have a lot of things to do. You're never really bored here. You take a few steps and there's always some attractions, food, drinks, shopping, or greenery parks, or beautiful temples that you can go and visit. So if you're in Japan, even for a week or two, there's always something to do. And if you're bored of Tokyo, you can always traverse your way down to the smaller cities. Going down to Osaka is a popular route, and then stopping by Kyoto to see all the shrines and temples, as well as the beautiful nature. Going to Mount Fuji is also a world-renowned spot. But you cannot go wrong coming to Japan. There's always something to do. There's something for everybody, whether you're traveling as friends, couple, or family with kids. There's so many attractions, and they are quite near one another. So you don't have to go too far to go visit a beautiful attraction. So right now we're going to Roppongi Hill. It's a very popular spot for drinking, nightlife, and bars. And just taking a walk down to Roppongi from Shibuya, there's so many attractions, people going out and enjoying themselves. I find that this is just a ridiculously nice place to live, just with the sheer amount of activities that you can do. There's also many ways to get around in Japan. I prefer walking because I can explore and see things up close. If I see something interesting, I can explore it in further detail, going up and talking to people and seeing how everything is. But if you guys don't like walking, then you can take a taxi. These black taxis here are trustworthy. You can also book Uber here, and they have very fast train, always on time, and multiple routes that you can go. So anywhere in the city you can go to quite easily for a cheap price, like $1 or $2. But remember, because there's so many routes, make sure you do your research, or when you get to the station, to ask the attendants, the workers there, to ensure you go in the right direction, because you can get lost quite easily. There's a lot of people, a lot of stations going in different directions. So it's best to read the signs or ask someone for help. The last thing I would say about Japan is I love the greenery. As you look around, there's so many trees and bushes. There's a lot of green space despite being so crowded. There's so many people in Tokyo, cars and houses and buildings. However, they still kept that very natural feel by keeping all these wonderful trees, very tall and shady. And on the side of the road, as you can see, they plant a lot more shrubs and smaller trees to make this place very breathable. And on the note of breathable, the streets itself is extremely clean, even though there's a lot of people and cars going by, but the air always remains fresh. It's not like in certain Southeast Asian countries when you're walking and you feel like you're suffocating, or the smell of the fume is just overwhelming that you have to wear a face mask. Here, I walk around and it feels great. Although I did read, based on research, that there is some pollution in Tokyo, but when you're here, you definitely don't feel it that much. Walking around, I feel like the air is fresh. The temperature is fantastic. So people tell me to come here during September or October, but here I am. This is late June, early July, and the weather is fantastic. I love the rain, so this is a non-issue for me. If you guys go outside, make sure you bring an umbrella on a rainy day. But for me, just a little trickle like this, no problem. Same with the auntie here. People don't mind a little trickling rain, but people here love umbrellas. Not just the rain, but on sunny days, they would carry an umbrella with them all the time to cover themselves from the sun. Even as early as 5, 6 a.m., I already see people with their umbrella covering themselves, especially the women or the younger women. Maybe because they don't want to damage their skin, or they want to keep that great kind of texture, the color to it. They don't want to get too dark. So the people here always carry umbrella around, sometimes very beautifully decorated umbrellas, and it's part of their fashion trend or something. So the umbrella would actually match the outfit. So on a final note, the Japanese people are actually very fashionable. For the most part, you can see that people wear quite traditional clothing. Dark color like black, gray, and white is preferred by most people. However, there are the younger generation that are very much into fashion, especially street fashion. And sometimes there's a blend between traditional and new modern street fashion, and they would kind of combine that. It's like a hybrid, and it looks very fantastic. It's eye-catchy, pops out at you. So Japanese people, a W for their fashion sense. Actually, Bathing Ape, as you know, came from Japan. So a very popular streetwear brand that is known all over the world, BAPE, BAPE, or Bathing Ape, is actually originated in Japan. And if you guys don't know, Nike shoes also originated in Japan from Onitsuka Tiger. So the founder of Nike actually came here to learn and study more about shoes, and he got a deal with Onitsuka Tiger, which is a Japanese brand. And after coming back to America, he sold it for a while. And after a falling out in terms of agreement, he started Nike. And that's the brand that we know today with the billion-dollar swoosh. So Japanese people, overall, very innovative. They are good business people, and they can turn such small things into like beautiful creations to make money out of it. And they're very articulate. Every little detail has to be immaculately placed for them to optimize their business. So another W for the Japanese people. As I was dining in the brunch shop, I saw the workers there. They clean every little thing, and even the detail on the food, they are very extra careful. So to build an economy so strong and a population so resilient, you do need to teach the children while they're young to be very detailed, to be professional with everything they do. And I feel that that's the Japanese people. Although they seem quiet, meek, shy, however, when they're doing work, they're very serious, and they do everything down to the T's, and they execute very well. And that's why you have a strong economy, a beautiful country that many people want to visit or move here to live permanently. I've talked to some people as young as 18, 19 years old that want to move here and live permanently. And I asked them why. And they said, in America, they don't feel the freedom. But moving into Tokyo, Japan, they feel completely freedom to do whatever they want. They feel the people are very nice and welcoming. Generally speaking, there is no discrimination in Japan. However, if you don't know Japanese, people are going to be a little bit hesitant talking to you. So it's also a very positive point to learn and speak Japanese to an extent. So you don't have to be fluent, but kind of exchange with them a little bit in Japanese is going to make them feel more comfortable and put down the walls and interact with you. So before you come here, ensure to invest some time to learn at least how to speak and listen. But if you know how to read and write, even better. But yeah, that's my first impression of Japan. Very beautiful country. Everyone is welcoming, friendly. People are quiet. However, you'd be surprised if you're in the nightlife area. People can be loud as well. It's like just like every young adult in every city. When they're out partying and drinking, they are going to be loud, whether they're male or female. That's just how it is. But generally, the population, generally speaking, are very respectful. They are quiet. Even when you go on the train, no one is talking, and everyone respects the public spaces. But overall, amazing city. As you can see, I'm walking here, and there are so many trees and greeneries around. It doesn't even feel like Tokyo. It feels like we're in the province somewhere, deep inside the rural area. But actually, this is in the middle of the city. And soon, we're gonna reach Roppongi, and I'll do another review video there so you can see and understand more about the different areas of Tokyo. Thank you so much. Make sure to click subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out from Tokyo, Japan.